Hey everybody, I wanted to make a Beatle Finds video, and as you can see, it's a different angle here today. My iPhone is having some kind of, I don't know, every time I record a video, it does the video, then it like cuts off about the last minute of what I did, so we're doing this way on my computer, which I know works, and anyway, here we go. So you get a different view of my girlfriend and I's bedroom. There's the view, folks. This is all my like extra vinyl sticking over here. A lot of duplicates and just kind of whatever. Then there's my girlfriend's crocheting and knitting accessories. So let's get to down to business. So here we go. Some Beatle finds. My friend Casey yesterday gave me this. It is a Hey Jude 8-track. And this sounds surprisingly really good. I was a little bit kind of, wasn't expecting much from this, because sometimes compilations don't sound all that great, because they were originally made from like 4th or 5th generation copies of when they compiled the album together. And considering it was put down to 8-track, which doesn't sound all that great most of the time anyway, I wasn't expecting much. But this sounds so good. I was really impressed, and they somehow left the album order alone. So it's the exact same as the record, which is really nice. So I was happy to get this Hey Jude 8-track. And thanks, Casey. Put that on the bed there. Then while I was at Record Outlet, I found this. This is a UK stereo pressing of Help. And it kind of sparked my curiosity because it's got these flaps on the back. And granted, maybe I'm just not that aware, but I always thought those flaps were only on the mono pressings of the Beatles' UK albums. I didn't know they were on the stereo, but obviously I could be totally wrong, and that's just a normal thing. The flaps are normal for stereo and mono in the UK. Either way, it sparked my interest. I bought it, and then I took it home, did some research, and I found out this is from 1976. And it comes with the original inner sleeve there, EMI, advertising McCartney, Ringo's Sentimental Journey, Let It Be, Abbey Road's down there somewhere, there it is. And it's 1976. There is the record, and this is like in perfect shape. And I was able to date it by the label with there's a 2 EMI, there's the 1 EMI box right there, and then the other one down below, which gives it a 1976 pressing date. It could be earlier, but I'm pretty sure it's 76 from the research I did. If any of you guys know any different, let me know. But yeah, it sounds really good. There's a reason it's taken me so long to get a UK stereo pressing of Help. And that reason is I've had the German stereo early 70s pressing of Help for a long time, which sounds hands down just the best pressing of the stereo Help you can get. So I've always just kind of avoided getting any other stereo pressings because I know they're not going to sound, not that I know, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to sound as good as the German copy I have. And again, this one does sound good, but it doesn't sound as good as my German pressing. But I'm definitely happy to now have an official UK pressing of stereo pressing of Help. Granted, I still would like either a first pressing or something from the 60s, but this will do for now, and it's in very good shape, so happy to add this to the collection. Put that on the bed right there. Okay, then when I was at Record Outlet, my friend Casey had this set aside for me, and I decided to buy it. It's the John Lennon Borrowed Time 12-inch single. And it's got 2 Yoko songs on the B-side, Your Hands and Never Say Goodbye. This is released in 1984, and it's on the Polydor label. And I'll show you the record. It's a little dusty. I haven't listened to this one yet, and I got to clean it up. Oh, you can see me in the record. It's like a infinity loop there, right? Anyway, there's Borrowed Time on side A. And then the 2 Yoko songs on side B. And happy to have this in the collection. Now, the interesting thing about, if I can get it out here without completely damaging it, interesting thing about this single is that on the cover it says, includes free poster. Now, I thought the poster was going to be of this photo of John showing Sean, his son, how to shave, which I thought would be pretty cool, and I thought it'd be like a long, kind of like the Imagine poster. Turns out it's not that photo, and it's not a big poster. It's this like kind of little poster, and this is an Annie Leibovitz photo of John and Yoko, and I believe this was taken on December 8th. And it's a cool photo and a cool poster, but it's definitely kind of underwhelming for me. It's a little small, and I'm not going to be framing this and hanging it up on the wall, like right here on the wall. That'd be kind of wild. But hey, it's nice to get a free poster, so it's very cool to have this with it. So, Borrowed Time single, happy to add that to the collection. Again, I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm sure it sounds just like the Milk and Honey cut. So, there's that. Let me click something on my computer here that decided to come up. Here we go. Okay, now, my last Beatle find. Recently, I'm sure you all read about or heard about that George Harrison's solo catalog was being remastered and reissued on vinyl. For me, when I heard about that, I was like not that excited because it doesn't really have anything new. In fact, it doesn't have anything new. It's just the original albums remastered and pressed to vinyl. And I have all those original albums, and I'm happy with the sound quality of those and all that. But the one album I didn't have that they were releasing was this. It's Brainwashed. And this is one of my favorite George Harrison albums. It's like, for me, it's like right behind All Things Must Pass and 33 1/3, which I love 33 1/3. I also love the self-titled George Harrison album. But this is just such a good album. The songs on here are amazing. His lyrics are just, these are his best lyrics for me. It's so biting, so just raw and just right on the money. Love the lyrics on this album. And I was a little worried at first because the John Lennon, when they reissued the John Lennon stuff on vinyl, like I think it was last year, maybe the year before, I got Mind Games and I was very disappointed with the sound quality. It was like really quiet. It didn't really rock at all. It was just really kind of a bummer. And my friend Casey got the Imagine reissue, and that was also really kind of crappy. So luckily, this sounds fantastic. Sounds great. Really impressed with what they did. I think Downey Harrison, his son, was responsible for this repackaging and remastering, and he did a great job. So it comes with a bunch of goodies. It comes with the just regular record and the regular record sleeve with side A right there. And it's kind of cool. Side B has the Dark Horse label, but just a blank Dark Horse label. Very cool. And it's 180 gram, which I don't care that much about the whole 180 gram or whatever situation, but that's cool they did it, so very nice. And then it comes with another inner sleeve. I'm imagining this is what the original inner sleeve was. And it's got these like crash test dummies or whatever these are. And the artwork was done by the new number 2, which is Downey Harrison's like art collective and also his band. So kind of interesting there. So obviously I'm going to keep the record in here, but I'll keep this along with it because it's cool to have that. And then it comes with a very nice booklet. It looks like this. And it's got, well, first of all, it's got this fantastic photo of George. I believe that's in Hawaii. Looking really cool. And then it's got all the lyrics. Being really careful with this booklet here. All the lyrics and who played on what. And it's just really nice to have this. And I listened to this yesterday. And I was just so... It reminded me how much I love this record. It's just, every single song is so good. I can't tell you that enough. So if you haven't heard Brainwashed, you really need to pick it up. It's such an experience, this record. Has a really cool ending. that I don't want to really give away in case you haven't heard the record yet. But it's got such a cool. It ends in a really fun, cool way. So that is Brainwashed, and let me try to get this back in here without ruining anything, which I think I'm not doing yet, but I will if I keep pushing it here. So we'll do one at a time. There we go. So I was very impressed with this this pressing of Brainwashed, and I was happy to add it to the collections because now I have all of George Harrison's solo records. I shouldn't say that. I actually don't have Wonderwall, a pressing of Wonderwall, but I think I'd like to get an original pressing of Wonderwall from the 60s. Although if I can't find it, then maybe I'll get the one from this box set. Although I think it was released without, like, as a standalone, right? Not just in the box set. I believe that's true. I also don't have the Live in Japan album on vinyl as well, so maybe I'll get that. So I guess I don't have all of George Harrison's solo records. But I have most of them, all the ones that I really love. I'm not a big fan of the Live in Japan album, just for whatever reason. It just doesn't really do it for me. It's very 80s sound production, and I have a kind of hard time with that sometimes. And just live albums in general, I'm not that big on live albums. But I will eventually get it just to add it to the collection. So anyway, those are my Beatle finds, and I hope they, I don't know, spark some kind of curiosity in you. Maybe you'll go out and pick up some of these. Maybe you'll have some information about these that I didn't express, or maybe I said something wrong, and you can comment below and let me know the correct facts about it. So anyway, those are my Beatle finds for this time, and help is upside down, which means it needs some help. Let me grab the 8-track, because 8-tracks are very important as well. And we will make another video very soon. All right.